This is Higher Maths, it's practice paper F, and we're looking at question 2 in the calculator paper. The diagram opposite shows a rhombus ABCD, and we've got AC, BD are the diagonals of the rhombus. Diagonal AC has equation 2x plus y plus 3 equals 0, so that will be this line here. D is the point minus 4, 0, and E is the point of intersection of the diagonals. Here we go there. Find the equation of diagonal BD. So we're going to try and find the equation of this line here. Right then, so normally what I need for finding the equation of a straight line, I need to have a gradient and a point on the line. So I don't know the gradient of this line yet, I do know that point, and what I can also find out, I can find the gradient of this line here. Although this is a rhombus, I think it is actually going to be a square that we can work out based on the question that we've got here. Let's go ahead and we'll do part A. Right then, so what we'll do first of all is I'll rearrange that equation to find the gradient of that line. So 2x plus y plus 3 equals 0, rearranging it to have y equals, okay, so get everything else over onto the right hand side, that'll be minus 2x minus 3. Okay, so remember my gradient, when this is looking like y is equal to mx plus c, is going to be whatever comes out here as the coefficient of x. So I know that my gradient of this line here is equal to minus 2. So the gradient of BD, so what we can say is that gradient BD is going to be equal to a half. All I'm going to do is I'm going to flip that and change it, and really the reason why it's a half is since gradient 1 times gradient 2 equals minus 1. Right then, so what we'll do is I'll substitute this gradient and the point D, which is on the line, and I'll substitute that into the equation of a straight line. So I'll substitute the gradient of BD, which is a half, and the point D, which is minus 4, 0, into y minus b equals mx minus a. So this will be my a and this will be my b, and there's my m. Right, so y minus 0 is equal to gradient, which is a half, x minus the minus 4, so that'll make a plus 4 that's going to be appearing in there. What I'll do is I'm going to rearrange this equation. I'm going to do something by simultaneous equations to find the next part, which will be the coordinates of E, and we'll see how we go from there. So what we'll do is I'll multiply this side by 2, which will be 2y, and there'll be nothing there. 1 times this side here will be x plus 4, and what we'll do is I'll just get the x onto the left hand side as well, so I've got minus x plus 2y equals 4. Okay, and that'll be part A complete. For part B, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by simultaneous equations. That's the normal way I would do this. I know the equation of that line, I know the equation of that line there. Finding it by simultaneous equations would be one way we could do it. The other way that we could do this would be that I know that that's minus 4 there. I know that that looks like 0 there. Okay, so halfway in between minus 4 and 0 will be minus 2. So I would expect that my x coordinate of E is going to be minus 2. And I could use that from there. I'm going to do it by simultaneous equations. That's the normal way I would do this type of question. It's usually not as simple as that. So what we'll go is by simultaneous equations. Right, what we'll do is we'll bring down the first equation, okay, that we worked out. So I'll go for rearranging this one here into 2x. Okay, so it'll be 2x plus y equals minus 3. That'll be my equation number 1. And I'll take this equation here with the x and the y in this form. That equals 4. So that'll be my equation number 2. Okay. Right, I'm going to scale these equations, and what I'll do is I'll multiply equation number 1 by 2. So equation number 1 multiplied by 2 will give me 4x plus 2y is equal to minus 6. That now becomes my equation number 3. And what I'll do is I'll subtract equation 3 from equation number 2. Okay, so minus x, take away another 4x, will give me minus 5x. These will disappear because if they're the same sign, I'm going to subtract. If they were different signs, I would add. So subtract or add. 4 take away minus 6 will give me 10. So from there I can see that x is equal to minus 2. Okay, so as I say, I could have done it from that being 0, that being minus 4, halfway along is going to be where the diagonals intersect. Okay, it's minus 2 anyway. What I'll do then is I'll substitute the x equals minus 2. I'll substitute it into just my equation number 1 and we'll just sort it out from there. So I've got 2 times minus 2 plus y is equal to minus 3. So from there I can see that y is equal to minus 3. There I'm going to have a minus 4, bring it over, it's going to be a plus 4. So I've got y is equal to 1 from there. So the coordinates of E are going to be minus 2 for x, 1 for y. And that's the question complete. Right, what I'm going to do is for marking, I'll give 1 mark for rearranging the equation into that form, 1 mark for getting the gradient from that, 1 mark for getting the perpendicular gradient. And I'll go for a mark in here for getting the equation of the line. So that will be the 4 marks for part A. For part B, I'm only going to give 2 marks for that because there was a simpler way of doing it. 1 mark for getting the x-coordinate, and finally 1 mark for writing down the coordinates of E as we've been asked to do. Okay, coordinate form. Right, so 6 marks for this question here. That's it complete.